Chapter 21.
I sat down, very suddenly. I'm sure it looked funny. A big, hairy gorilla simply falling down. I would have laughed if I'd seen it. My mother, not dead. Alive! I wanted to yell, "Mom! Mom! It's me, Marco!" But Jake was in my head. A loud, urgent whisper.
Marco, don't say anything. Don't do anything. Do you hear me?
So I wasn't just imagining it. Jake had recognized her too.
Marco, listen to me, man. You have to hold it together.
My mother. Alive. My mom.
Come on, Marco. Stand up. Don't make them suspicious.
He was speaking just to me. I could hear Jake. I could. But it seemed to come from far off. He didn't understand. It was my mom. My mom!
Marco, that is not your mother. Not anymore. That is not her. Jake, it's my mom. Look, it's her. No, it isn't, Marco. Not anymore. They have her. She's one of them. One of them.
Why, Visser 1?
Visser 3 sneered.
You seem to have frightened the humanoid one.
It is called a gorilla.
Visser 1 said coldly.
If you're going to be in charge of Earth, Visser 3, you should at least learn something about the planet.
And take a human host body, like you did? No, I think not. Human bodies are weak. I much prefer this Andalite host.
My mother looked at him and curled her lip.
I took a human host and learned about the planet and the humans. And because of that, I was able to begin the invasion that you have now endangered with your criminal incompetence.
Visser 3's deadly Andalite tail twitched, as if he was going to stab my mom. Visser 1. The red troops tensed up. The gold troops let their hands edge toward their weapons.
Okay,
Rachel said.
I think we were right. These two definitely don't like each other.
She didn't know, I realized slowly. Rachel didn't know, but she had never met my mother. Neither had Cassie or Tobias, and Jake had kept our talk private. Visser 3 slowly relaxed.
You would like to provoke me, Visser 1,
he said.
But the fact is that I destroyed the Andalite force. I shot down their dome ship. I killed Prince Elfangor myself and heard his dying screams. And now I have eliminated this last pathetic rabble of Andalites.
My mom, Visser 1, just smiled.
Do you want to be Visser 1? Do you think you can take my title? We shall see. The Council of 13 does not like Vissers who make mistakes. And you have made mistakes. Be careful of your own ambition.
She snapped her fingers, and every one of the soldiers in gold turned. Then she walked away, followed by her gold-uniformed troops. That was not my mother. At least not the creature who called herself Visser 1. Visser 1 was the Yeerk inside my mother's brain. But the sickening thing is, you see, that the host mind is still alive. It is still aware. Somewhere inside that head, behind those painfully familiar eyes, my mother still lived.
Take it easy, Marco,
Jake said.
I know how it is. I know how much you want to do something, but now is not the time. They'd cut us down before we got 2 steps.
I know, I said dully. I hated myself for not trying, but I knew there was nothing I could do. I had to hide inside my morph. Never let my mother know it was me. Never let her know. Slowly, heavily, I stood up. I felt weak. A very strange feeling for a gorilla. I think right then, if I had been in any other morph, I would have just surrendered and let the animal mind take over. Let instinct rule and wash away my human emotion. But the gorilla was too much like a human. Its instincts were gentle. Like humans, it was a creature with emotions. It could not protect me from the pain.
Don't tell the others, Jake,
I said.
You're the only one who recognized her. Okay, Marco. You can't even tell Cassie, okay? It's okay, man. You are my oldest and best friend. You know that. No one will ever know from me.
Visser 3 still stared at us. I think he wasn't sure what to do next.
6 Andalites,
he said.
6 Andalite bodies that could be used by my most loyal lieutenants.
Axe exploded.
And then there would be others like you filth. Other Andalite controllers. More unnatural abominations like your vile self.
Visser 3 cocked his head thoughtfully.
Why are you the only one who speaks? You're right, of course. Why would I allow anyone to acquire Andalite morphing powers? But you are a child. Why do the others remain silent? And why do you all still hide in your morphs? Curious. Very curious.
He seemed to think it over for a minute. Would he realize the truth? Would he figure out that the reason we remained silent was so he wouldn't guess that we were human? Would he figure out that's why we stayed in morph? He seemed to shrug.
Take them back to a holding cell. Triple the guard. If there is the slightest trouble, kill them all.